how to handle jealousy and politics at the workplace. Well, this is very amusing question, but we all can relate to it. This happens everywhere, be it any public sector organization, private sector corporates, everywhere, wherever we go, we are going to encounter this. Now the question is, this is so hardwired. This survival of the fittest competition is so deep embedded in the psyche of human beings that we sometimes do not realize that it's a question of bygone era. It's we don't need to compete for survival anymore. We should be focusing our mind, energy, and attention to go to the next level of consciousness and not just stay confined to compete for survival. So I will tell you how I managed to do it because I can only tell you about myself. And I know you're not going to believe me when I say this, that I have never felt jealous of anyone in my working career ever so far. If I have any one good trait in me, it is this, that I have never felt jealous of anyone. So I will tell you in different stages how this feeling evolves. And I'm no saint, I'm just saying that at different stage of my career, my thinking has evolved. But one thing has remained constant, that there has never been a feeling of, if I'm working in as a Java developer, some other Java developer comes, I feel intimidated, I feel insecure. No, it has never happened to me. So when you start your career, you are in your early 20s, you are at the peak of your energy levels, and you have the passion and drive, the maximum level. So then I used to tell myself, this is kind of brainwashing, which turns to good results. So I used to tell myself that there is absolutely no one like me here altogether. So I do not need to feel insecure or jealous of anyone. All right. So I will not do these kind of things of so-called politics and all that, what people say. So I used to believe I am the only hero of this place. There is no one who has all these things combined in and rolled into one as a package, which I am. So I do not agree to it today, but then I used to tell myself this. And whenever I found someone, getting Employee of the Month awards and this and that, I never got any award, but I used to feel happy for him. So I never felt jealous. Next stage, what if you really feel that someone has come and they are very good at their work, maybe better than you? So in order to tell yourself again that you are the best, you need to take all those habits and good things from them. And this is why learning is not a bad habit. So, whenever someone comes and you feel that they have something good in them, learn from them. Get that art. Forget about being a saint. I'm not just talking about morality, I'm talking about being selfish. Just be selfish, and if you find anything good in anyone, just get that from them. I learned so many things. There was a guy who used to always keep buffer folder, and so that any system, these are the days when software has got advanced, but earlier there used to be so many crashes in our times. So he used to always keep buffer, and as a temp file of his own. I thought it was a very good thing to do. One of the I learned from one of my old manager, and she was amazing in her delivery, in her style of dialogue and presentation in the meetings. So there are so many things we learn from so many people. One of the one of my ex-colleague, she taught me a very important lesson in corporate life. It looks funny, but it was very important to me. Whenever she used to drink coffee, she always stood a bit far from laptop. Those days we had desktop systems. She stood away and then she talked and had her coffee. And then when that was finished, she made it a point to take that coffee mug, deposit there in the sink, and then come, and then she used to get back to work. What happens is we sometimes do not realize, just out of our jokes and talks, we just drink coffee, and it might spill over. It might mean doom for you. It might mean that all your data is lost. It might cost you your job. So these little things I have learned so many times from watching. Just watch and observe people, and you will keep learning from different people. There is no one on earth, at least no one around you, from which you cannot learn one good thing. I have not met any one person in my life from whom I have not learned at least one good quality. Everyone I meet, I find that one good thing is there in them, and I try to grab them just because I want to be selfish, I want to grow. So, this is the second phase of evolution. Third phase of evolution is when you move towards your 30s and you start to have a broader perspective about life in general. So the concept of yoga, which is union, I'm not talking about the posture that is just an outward concept of yoga which Westerners understand, but yoga in its essence, the union, the harmony of you and the existence. So this is something what Carl Sagan said, that you are the universe in motion. You are in essence the universe. Life is happening all in you. So when you think this way, that all other people or other objects and behaviors, they are all representation of the same cosmic reality in different forms and behaviors and patterns, you tend to develop a kind of oneness and synchrony with the spirit of the universe. So, who do you feel jealous with? Who do you fight with? When there is somebody, so it's a matter of A versus B. No, there is no B here. It's only you. It's only A at that point. So, when you see that the whole universe is combined and integrated into one whole, and all other human beings around you are a manifestation of your own self in one way or the other. You do not need to uh, fight with anyone or stay jealous. Whenever someone does good, it should make you equally happy. And just make it a point to start celebrating others' achievements. So when you do not get Employee of the Month in the next quarter and somebody else gets it, just enjoy, like let yourself happy like a mad and enjoy their success as if it's your success. This habit, if it develops in you, it will not change that person. It has nothing to do with that person. It will change you in the process. And the other way is also true. If you start jealous, if you start being jealous of someone, you go into all those office politics, the person at front is not going to be affected. I'm telling you, you will degrade as a person. Your whole growth story will collapse. So even if there are cases when your manager is being tricked by your colleague who is trying to play politics, you should stay your ground and try to ensure that you work for your own growth, and your own growth is in line, not get affected. First, insulate yourself from all kinds of damages. Don't be a fool, but do not give in and bite the dog who came to bite you. You have to ensure that you stay safe from the dog, but you do not go and bite the dog. This is also important. So I'm saying the whole life and universe is one. There is a oneness in this cosmos. So there is no question about this separation about you. It's not you versus others. So do not feel jealous and political about this workplace thing. It's a joy we should live each day. When we come to office, we should have a great time, work, and if there is a toss up between over ambition and underachieving in terms of your metric, I will say prefer to let go of that extra ambition. If that costs you your happiness, it's your call. But in the name of ambition, even if you take the routes of politics and all these techniques, it's the worth of that prize, that goal, gets diminished in the process. You will not be able to face yourself in the mirror in the long run. So just stay away from all this rubbish. Just enjoy the success of all your colleagues as your own and stay happy.